Hi everyone, welcome to another film log update video. Today will be the 8th video in this series, and yes, covering most of the films that I kind of watched or rewatched, of course, during January and February 2021. So yes, we are back once again. Time to log my thoughts on a variety of films, and just to kind of, that is the idea, to log my thoughts, on films as well, that I can't perhaps review, discuss elsewhere due to time mainly, and yeah, just to kind of get some discussions going in the comments, and on a variety of films, so many different films that I watch, so we can kind of get a talking on loads of different films, variety of films, and we can go from there, if you want. And yeah, it's just I love doing this. I always look forward to kind of doing these updates, and just to kind of discuss cinema with you viewers, and yes, just to kind of share my brief thoughts, on particular films. So yes, we'll start off with, of course, the 1st of January, and this film, is in my top 10. I always kind of say that, and it's of course a Steven Spielberg film, and of course you've noticed probably that I've been going through, this year a few Spielbergs. These were actually, all three of those were kind of first-time watches, but this film here is a rewatch, and I watched it, of course, on the 1st of January to kind of kickstart the year, and to really just fly and to ride that high, hopefully, for the rest of the year. And that is E.T., of course. And is it my favourite Spielberg film? We'll find out, of course, on my ranking when I eventually do that. Who knows when it'll be? Probably next year, potentially, and to kind of combine all of those films, in a kind of ranking will be very difficult. But and I've still got a few to see. But I have seen, most of these films, of Spielberg's now, and I think E.T. is just a one that truly is, cinema, and just seeing it so many times, as a kid, and rewatching it, so many times as well. I try to kind of rewatch this every year or two, and it had been 2 years roughly since I last watched this film. When I watched it on the 1st of January, but just once again, even better than I remembered, and I've seen it so many times, countless times, of course, and just what an experience, and to really, yes, kickstart the year, and hopefully, kind of. I guess for it to symbolise this kind of cinematic journey of the year, and I guess it kind of has. I've watched a few of Spielberg's this year already, and just this feel good magical experience that is E.T., and it really livened up, kind of uplifted me, uplifted the day, and it's just really such a special film to me, and I truly love this film, and yes, just it really is just a magic act, and almost for me the greatest film ever made, you could say, by the numbers, of course. And yes, E.T. To kickstart the year. And next up, and of course, yes, I've got my laptop, just noting that in front of me with the log in my diary, of course. And yes, next up, Revolver, a Guy Ritchie film, and it's a film that I did not hear kind of too much great things about, and I guess it's not very popular. Of course, Jason Statham, starring in this film, and Ray Liotta as well. Very interesting to see him, in this film, and this kind of British gangster film, of course. And I'd heard a few things about this over the years, and I was always intrigued by this, and recently we kind of watching as well, The Gentleman, so I kind of wanted to watch a few other Guy Ritchie films I had not seen, and yes, Revolver for me, actually, this is kind of an okay film. I did enjoy this film, and I think just it's not a great film in my opinion, but it's certainly not a film that's bad, and it's very, very panned, of course, and it's kind of noted as one of the kind of low points, I guess, of his filmography. But I'm always a massive kind of Guy Ritchie fan. Always support him, even though I don't perhaps kind of love every film that I've seen from him. It's always great to see a Guy Ritchie film, and just to kind of see how good it is, in my opinion, and to kind of just to watch a Guy Ritchie film, and of course my favourites being Snatch and Lock, Stock, but he has made other films as well that are very commendable, and you know, I think, you know, he's an underrated, you know, in my opinion, director, and you know, he gets, you know, a lot of hate, you could say, and it's a shame, but you know, I really defend Guy Ritchie, and this film Revolver, you know, check it out if you're interested, because I think, you know, many people, you know, if they actually watch the film, could enjoy it. You know, if it was okay, and you know, it's certainly a bizarre film, but you know, definitely an enjoyable one, you know, overall. Next up is a very, very special film, and of course, Darren Aronofsky directing this, and a very famous film, of course. Only just saw this for the first time, beginning of January, of course, this year, and that is Requiem for a Dream. And you know, wow, this film, you know, really blew me away, and I just love this film so much. You know, of course, it's noted as a very kind of harrowing film, and you know, very kind of graphic, you know, and disturbing, and you know, I agree with that. But it's certainly a film that I look forward to rewatching, you know, quite a few times, you know, over the next few years, even, and of course, yes, just I cannot wait to see this again, because it really blew me away, and there's so much going on in this this experience, and you know, the editing is just genius. But you know, this film, you know, moved me so much, and it just really blew me away in so many regards, and yes, just kind of had been many years, you know, my kind of watch list, I guess, and finally seeing this, and you know, really did deliver, and you know, it's just such a, you know, in my opinion, a stunning film, and I loved the characters, the acting, the music, of course, you know, wow, music, and just this, you know, unique and kind of surreal and intense experience, but you know, beautiful as well, and you know, just everyone in this film wonderful, and you know, really a contender, I guess, for you know, Darren Aronofsky's best, you know, kind of film. Although I would probably say for me, The Wrestler is, you know, so far my favourite, you know, just in my opinion, and yeah, this one was up there though, and just really, for me, you know, a masterpiece, you know, in my opinion. And yes, next up is National Lampoon's Vacation, and the first in these kind of films, you know, actually being titled that. Some would say, you know, Animal House, you know, is of course part of this, but you know, in the sense of the Chevy Chase, you know, kind of National Lampoon's films, you know, this is the first. And it's a film that I had seen before, although easily my most watched one is, of course, Christmas Vacation, and you know, kind of, I guess I forgot, you know, how much, you know, a great film this one is, and you know, actually, this film here, National Lampoon's Vacation, is very close to Christmas Vacation, and you know, I think it's up there. And you know, perhaps I do prefer Christmas Vacation, but you know, I think you know, in terms of just at times, you know, big kind of stretches of the film, you know, how funny this film is as well. You know, it could be a funnier film than, you know, Christmas Vacation. You know, I guess, you know, just seeing the kind of Chariots of Fire sequence as well, you know, towards you know, a certain part of the film I won't get into, but you know, this was just hilarious, this film, and you know, it's this kind of road trip film. It's a very unique, of course, you know, compared to as well Christmas Vacation, which seems to be the one that I've watched many times, you know, in the last kind of 10 years as well. I've not really, I guess, revisited the other ones, but you know, this film here, you know, really is up there with Christmas Vacation, and it's just a hilarious film, and you know, really warm, and you know, kind of moving film as well, and just seeing the different characters, you know, of course, you know, of course, Randy Quaid, you know, being in this film as well, not as kind of as big as character that he, role he plays, you know, in, as in, you know, kind of Christmas Vacation, but you know, nevertheless, seeing him in this film was hilarious, and just this kind of whole you know, experience, it's just so enjoyable, and you know, this truly investing film, and you know, really quite magical overall, and I loved seeing this film, and just again, an uplifting experience, and you know, really, you know, as I say, it's kind of up there as, you know, kind of the best vacation film, and you know, I know recently I said Christmas Vacation, you know, it's definitely my favourite, but you know, I guess it could be still, you know, this one is very close, I must just say that, so yes, I do plan on reviewing this film eventually, so yes, stay tuned, you know, if you're interested in that, and next up, glossing over this, Shoot 'Em Up, you know, of course, Clive Owen and Monica Bellucci, you know, she was great in this film, and so was Clive Owen. You know, this is a very enjoyable film, just, you know, very kind of campy, fun ride, and you know, it's a decent film. You know, it has some things I did not kind of like, you know, in the film, but you know, for what this was, you know, this kind of, you know, campy, you know, bizarre kind of action film, you know, kind of action thriller comedy. You know, it did deliver, and you know, I watched this, and you know, it's definitely a fun film to watch, and you know, it's not a great one for me. It did have some things, you know, I was kind of I was not into, you know, kind of getting behind, but you know, there we go. Shoot 'em up, and next up, Friday, of course, starring Ice Cube, and you know, this film. I'd heard a few things about this over the years. You could say this kind of cult film, and you know, one that for me, you know, it's just you know, I loved it. I had a great time watching this, and you know, really charming film, and just you know, very funny, and you know, really this kind of a day in the life kind of thing, kind of unfolding over you know, the course of this day and night. You know, of course, into the night, and into the next day, and just really this kind of in the moment feel, and you know, I loved it, and I loved the characters, the kind of laid back feel that it had, and just kind of this hangout film that I really took to straight away, and I guess, you know, it got better as it went on in many regards, and really unforgettable for me, and yeah, really recommend it if you've not seen it. And yes, next up is One Good Turn, of course, this Laurel and Hardy short, and yes, kind of noted for being the one where Laurel kind of gets his own back, his revenge, you know, on Hardy, and you know, I guess he does this in many of the shorts, but you know, this is the one where it's really kind of you know, non-stop for a few minutes actually, where Laurel kind of you know, just gets his revenge, you know, on Hardy, and you know, I guess this was kind of, you know, I remember this was done because Laurel's you know, child kind of remarked that it's always him, you know, kind of getting you know, beaten up, all this kind of stuff, you know, on screen. So of course, in response to this, you know, it's kind of this this moment, I guess, where Laurel, you know, kind of gets this dedicated, you know, kind of moments where, you know, he kind of takes on Hardy and gets revenge. But you know, of course, it is interesting because, you know, in many of the shorts, this kind of happens, but it's a very unique occurrence of this, and yes, that's what it's kind of famous for. But you know, the short itself is great. I loved it, and just I've seen it a few times, of course. Laurel and Hardy, you know, I love. You know, I guess I kind of started watching Laurel and Hardy when I was at kind of about 4 or 5, actually, and just kind of as well at one point, you know, kind of taping, you know, these shorts, you know, on TV onto kind of VHS tapes, and you know, just from there, very soon after that, getting the DVDs, and just having such a great time, you know, these two guys, and just watching their films, and you know, their shorts, their features, and you know, I usually every week or so, or every few weeks, you know, on a day where I'm perhaps, you know, busy and I haven't got time to watch a feature film, I will watch you know, kind of a Laurel and Hardy shorts, and you know, just kind of you know, watch these, you know, around 20 minutes or, you know, 30 minutes. They're shorts, so yeah, just great to do, and always kind of uplifts me, and puts me in a nice way, a nice state of mind, and yeah, just great experience once again. Next up is Spy, starring Melissa McCarthy and Jason Statham. So yes, highly enjoyable film, and you know, I absolutely love this film, and just, you know, the kind of the comedy, the characters, and just this kind of narrative, and what it's kind of doing, you know, as a kind of spy comedy. You know, it's just so enjoyable, and you know, it really is just, you know, a great film in my opinion, and you know, really loved seeing this, and again, this kind of innocent comedy that really puts, you know, kind of a smile on my face, and just as well, you know, highly enjoyable action, and you know, just kind of, you know, narrative that is so kind of engaging, and I had a great time with Spy. So yes, next up, another kind of Laurel and Hardy short, Scram, and another one that I do love, and yes, just kind of going for these. I'll gloss over some of these now, and yes, Ready Player One, I did review that film, so check it out if you're interested. You know, I did really like that one, and yes, Mean Machine, of course, the kind of Vinnie Jones film, and yes, a variety of kind of British actors, you know, in this film. Of course, you've got Danny Dyer in this film as well, and Jason Statham, you know, kind of cropping up again. I watched a few Jason Statham films, you know, in the kind of, you know, in the month of January, and you know, just kind of this film here as well. highly enjoyable at times, and overall as well, you know, I think it's a bit flat in places, you know, I guess, and it's nothing for me, you know, it's great, but I do like this film quite a bit, and I did watch this, you know, as well when I was younger, and you know, kind of remember watching this film, and just this kind of charming comedy, and you know, this kind of, you know, prison film as well, as being this kind of football film. So yes, very unique and quite bizarre at times, but many great actors in this film, and you know, kind of in the early days of their careers, and just a really enjoyable film. You know, comedy, and you know, by the end, very investing in places as well. So yes, a Mean Machine. And yes, next up is Saving Private Ryan. So yes, truly. This rewatch kind of really cemented this as, you know, one of my absolute kind of top 100 or so, you know, kind of favourite films of all time, and just wow, you know, really is truly a special film, and just so moving, this film, and I think for me, one of the best Spielberg films, and just Steven Spielberg directing this film, you know, it's just a work of genius, and you know, just the score, of course, the actors in this film playing their roles to perfection. Of course, Tom Hanks, you know, it's just truly legendary in this film, and I think, you know, for me, the best kind of era of his, you know, films, you know, for me is just kind of the 90s and into the, you know, the early 2000s, with Castaway as well, and this film here, though, you know, just one of his absolute best, for me, performances and films, and just a true masterpiece, and yes, just one of my favourite kind of films of all time, and of course Spielberg's, and just yes, war films, you know, truly a mind-blowing experience, and you know, I truly love this film. So yes, next up, a Billy Wilder film, Double Indemnity, and a film that I had in my collection for some time, and you know, always wanted to kind of check this one out, and you see what it's like. And Fred McMurray playing the kind of lead character in this film, and it's this kind of noir film. Of course, I didn't love this film personally, but I did, you know, respond to it very well, and I think it's a very you know, commendable film, and you know, I think the performances at times, you know, very good, and just a very you know, kind of I think surprising narrative, and it was very there's many different twists, of course, and turns, and just reveals that are very engaging, and I think, you know, it has got quite a bit of emotion in this as well. I think Edward G. Robinson, he gave the most, just at least for me, the most endearing, you know, kind of relatable performance. He kept it more, yes, relatable, this film, you know, for the most part. You know, I found myself drawn to him more, you know, and just the interactions between him and Fred McMurray really kind of made the film even better for me, and was just, you know, highly enjoyable. You know, the ending kind of 10 minutes of this film I loved, and I think, you know, it really was a very unique film, and not one of my favourite kind of Billy Wilder films, but, you know, certainly a film that I really enjoyed, and would look forward to seeing it again, and you know, giving it a review, perhaps. So yes. Next up, The Watch. This is a film that I've seen a couple of times before. Just these actors, of course, playing these kind of members of the neighbourhood watch, and just you know, a really hilarious film. And you know, again, this is kind of a panned film, you know, I guess at times, but I really love this film, and you know, I just had such a great time rewatching this, and really reminding me of how much I enjoy this film, and just a very highly enjoyable comedy, you know, film, and yes, just a great kind of watch, I guess, during this time. And yes, The Acid House, a film that, you know, kind of tells three different stories, you know, I guess, this kind of British film, and very shocking film, very bizarre film, and overall a fine film. I think the kind of middle story for me was definitely the best. This was, you know, great actually, and you know, it's just, this has a variety of actors, British actors as well, that were kind of you know, in, for example, Trainspotting, you know, and just a variety of films that I've seen. But yes, it's a very unique experience, and you know, it's a comedy, you know, kind of drama film, and again, kind of combining these, you know, really is an anthology film, you know, and of course the great Irvine Welsh, kind of behind this, and of course this is taken from one of his stories, of course, and yeah, it's just, I guess, you know, it's kind of a mixed bag in quality, because, you know, 3 different stories, and I think, as I say, the middle portion, you know, for me was by far the best, but, you know, I guess, you know, I did like this film overall, you know, quite a bit, but I think, you know, it was let down by the kind of the final, perhaps, you know, story, you know, in this film. But yes, next up, Human Traffic, another kind of British film, and you know, very famous for being the kind of breakout role for Danny Dyer, and yeah, just I had a really good time with this. In fact, you know, I really like this film, and had a great kind of you know, experience watching this this kind of, you know, warm drama film, and you know, comedy as well, and just seeing this was definitely an experience as well. So yes, flying through these ones now, of course, and yes. Next up is Bottle Rocket, of course, a Wes Anderson film, and you know, truly a film that I absolutely loved, and really look forward to giving a kind of review of this very soon, and hopefully yes, as soon as possible. And you know, I really loved this, and I won't kind of reveal my thoughts yet, but you know, just what a film indeed. And you know, I will say perhaps not my favourite Wes Anderson film, but you know, this is of course his debut feature film, and you know, I think just straight away he was, you know, a truly yeah, stunning director, and you know, I love Wes Anderson films, of course, and this is no exception. This is just, you know, a really stunning film, and I'll get to my full thoughts, you know, in my review. Next up is yet another kind of Laurel and Hardy short, and that is Our Wife, of course, and one that I have seen many times, and you know, this is just a hilarious short, of course. Laurel and Hardy, once again, you know, I think this is you know, really great short actually, and one that's kind of underappreciated perhaps, not really talked about as much, but you know, I really love this film, and just a great once again, uplifting experience. And yes, next up, Rise of the Foot Soldier, this kind of British gangster film, you know, it's kind of hilarious at times, and you know, I guess it is, you know, very disturbing as well, and this kind of rise and fall kind of film, and you know, I really enjoyed this film. You know, very investing, and you know, just a compelling kind of narrative that at times was very bizarre and laughable, but you know, I guess that added to the enjoyability and you know, the charm of you know, this film. But you know, very enjoyable film, and just the performances, of course, and this kind of whole you know, kind of scope of this film. Very you know, interesting film, and you know, I really enjoyed. You know, heard some things about this one, and it does, of course, have, you know, a few sequels, you know, as well. So I look forward to checking them out, and you know, hopefully, you know, the next kind of few months, I will check them out, and yes, give you my thoughts. But you know, very good film in my opinion. And yes, next up, now this is a very good film indeed. In fact, this is one of the best films ever made, and a rewatch here. I had not seen this film that I'm about to mention for many years. In fact, I think 2012, 2013, kind of thing that I last saw this film, and just growing me even more, and this film really is now one of my absolute favourites, and that is The Matrix, of course, directed by the Wachowskis, and this film here, wow, indeed, of course, just you know, a film I did love, you know, since I saw it, you know, kind of when I was younger, but you know, this one, this kind of rewatch here has kind of made me realise how much I love this film, and it's just an absolute masterpiece in my opinion, and I won't kind of bother reviewing this film, you know, I guess, but you know, many people love this film, and I do share that kind of that love, and I do love this film, you know, so much, and just easily, from what I've seen, one of the best kind of action films as well ever made, and just this kind of genius, you know, kind of idea, and the execution is beyond the kind of idea here, and really, the Wachowskis, you know, really outdid themselves here, and just one of the absolute greatest films ever made, in my opinion, and you know, really, just this kind of unique and magical film, and you know, from that, I will say, you know, it's kind of a bit further on in the diary here, but I did rewatch, you know, released for the first time all the way through, rewatch Matrix Reloaded, and very, very disappointing, that film, of course, Matrix Reloaded, and just, you know, I had kind of tried to watch that film when I was younger, and I got, in fact, the DVD box set, the trilogy, of course, and you know, there's a point where I'd seen, you know, The Matrix before, and you know, a few times, and loved it, and wanted the kind of trilogy on DVD, and I watched, of course, The Matrix again at that point. That was, you know, back when I said, you know, 2012, 2013, and you know, kind of thing. But then I went on to Matrix Reloaded back then, and just I think an hour in, I couldn't you know, kind of make it through you know, this film, and I just kind of put it off, and was just very angry at that point, and just so bored, and you know, just really kind of surprised at this film, and you know, of course, giving it you know, another chance, kind of thing, and you know, watching this again recently, you know, all the way through this time round, and you know, just for me, you know, it's just a very disappointing film, and it's not just because it's not, you know, The Matrix, you know, the first one. It doesn't have to be as good as that film, but you know, it's just a film that I don't enjoy at all, actually, and really, you know, really do not like this film. And I think there was one you know, kind of big sequence that I really liked, you know, in many regards. That was the kind of highway chase, you know, kind of action sequence, and that was quite a lengthy one, I must say. Other than that, you know, I guess, you know, a few moments here and there, you know, I did not like this film at all, and you know, I can see why, you know, I couldn't make it through when I was younger, and just, you know, just so, you know, it's completely different. The characters are completely different in this film, and you know, just, you know, just a completely different film. You know, the whole kind of universe of this that was kind of set up in the first is just, you know, completely different, and not compelling, at least for me. I know some people love this film, you know, like this film. I unfortunately can't say the same. I really dislike this film, and just really could not, you know, kind of, you know, at times this was really hard to get through, actually. But you know, I watched it, and you know, I don't like the film. But yes, we'll leave it at that. You know, not a great sequel in my opinion. But yes. Next up is Punch Drunk Love. Got it behind me, of course, Criterion, and truly a wonderful film, and of course, going through different Paul Thomas Anderson films recently, and you know, the last kind of half a year or so, and you know, this film here, Punch Drunk Love, is truly a special film once again, and I did review that film very recently, and check out my review if you're interested in my full thoughts. But yes, next up, again, a film that I reviewed, Bridge of Spies, and you know, I've kind of mentioned this a few times recently, but yes, a great Spielberg film, and for me, one of his best, you know, recent kind of decades, in my opinion. Again, reviewed that film very recently. Next up is, once again, another Lars von Trier film, and over the last kind of month or so, you know, dipping back into, you know, Lars von Trier films, and of course, Melancholia being the first one that kind of returned to, you know, his films, and just really being blown away, actually. And this is a film that I really loved, and of course, I won't get into it too much because it could be kind of spoilers that I give by accident, and just take note, the kind of Lars von Trier Depression trilogy, was kind of referred to as, really is remarkable, and for me it gets better each you know, for each kind of entry, and I think, you know, just really, of course, you have Antichrist being the first one, which I really liked, and you know, this one being better, and of course the final in the Depression trilogy, which I watched as well, which perhaps I can't say because the name might flag, you know, this kind of video, you know, just all the way YouTube works, but you know, the final you know, part of you know, Lars von Trier's Depression trilogy, which is of course 2 volumes, you know, of course you can look that up and see what that is, but yes, that's my favourite, but you know, each entry kind of getting better, and you know, in my opinion, just Lars von Trier, a truly great director, and loved Melancholia. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, film I watched as well the next day, and you know, a film that I look forward to for a while, and really a great film. I really loved it, and I think, you know, it's not my favourite Spider-Man film. No, absolutely not. My favourite, personally, Spider-Man film is Spider-Man 2, and of course the Sam Raimi film. You know, everyone knows the film, and of course Spider-Man 1 as well, by Raimi. These are my 2 favourite kind of Spider-Man films, and just I love them so much. But Into the Spider-Verse, it's definitely one of the best Spider-Man films that I've seen, and really such a great film. The visuals, masterful, of course, and I wasn't a fan of the soundtrack. At times, really, I wasn't a fan at all, and I kind of took away from the film. For me, at least a bit. Just it wasn't quite, this masterpiece. I wouldn't say, but for me, a great film, and I really had a great time with this, and charming film. The comedy, so on point, and just seeing these characters, the narrative is just so investing, and just really getting behind our protagonist, and seeing the way in which this plays on different kind of Spider-Man characters in this one film was just great, and highly unique and charming film. So yes, I can see I'm going to rewatch this film and have a great time over the years rewatching this, and really a fun film, and one that is really so well crafted, and just a great film in my opinion. So yes. Next up is I Vitelloni, a Federico Fellini film, and a film that I did like. Actually, I really had a nice time with this. Very, very pleasant, and just solid film. I don't think it's a great film. Perhaps it's not a film that I loved, but I did like this film, and it's very very inspiring visually. That's for sure. Kind of the way in which Fellini kind of revealed different moments in the story, and just the way in which the camera kind of flowed, through the scenes was really stunning, and it's this kind of nostalgic film, oddly, in the way it's done. But I say oddly because it's a very unique film, kind of in the nostalgic feelings, and just because there is a sadness to it, but also this kind of really lovely feeling at times, and just some really interesting moments. Not a film that is kind of one of my favourites, but I did like this film, and had a great, really nice time watching this, and a solid film. Yes, interesting to see, and yes. Next up is we'll skip through some of these now. Jewel, of course, the debut feature film from Spielberg, and just for me, Jewel is a truly great film, and of course I reviewed this film again very recently, and of course check out my review if you're interested, and it was kind of a request as well by a fellow YouTuber and friend, of course, so yes, check it out if you're interested in that, and just in my thoughts, but Jewel is such a great and inspiring kind of debut feature film by, of course, the legendary Steven Spielberg, and just a film that I truly loved, and yes, kind of moving through, we'll skip through a few of these. Again, kind of a cannibal film, of course, the most famous one, so we'll leave it at that, for purposes of the video, and yes, Attack the Block, yes, starring, of course, John Boyega, and, variety of different actors, and this film here is this kind of quite a famous kind of cult film, I guess, recent years, and this kind of comedy, sci-fi, horror film, and just for me, this is just a truly, amazing film, and I really love this, and I did the memory of this, I kind of, when I was at school many years ago, well, not many years ago, but secondary school, and someone was watching this at school, perhaps, I don't know why they were watching this, but, kind of, I saw, bits of this, on the computer, and, kind of thought, it looked quite funny, and, enjoyable, and, finally here, to actually sit down, watch this film, and, really love this film, the characters, the kind of unique, blending of genres, this film, kind of, portrays, and just this kind of unforgettable really experience, and one that I really loved, seeing the characters and getting behind them, rooting for them, and just seeing this kind of really hilarious film. Really recommend this, and just a highly enjoyable film, and so well made, this film, and yes, another kind of Lars von Trier film, The Element of Crime, his debut film, and I didn't really take to this as much, as his other films, but it was interesting to see, where he kind of started, in his kind of career, and some definitely interesting flourishes, here and there, and yes, Next up, a very famous kind of Ray Winston film, Scum, of course, the kind of the very gritty British film, although it was kind of made for TV. This one is kind of a TV film, but yes, just for me a great one, and truly a very disturbing and violent and dark film. I saw this many years ago when I was quite young, and always kind of remember this experience being very hard to watch. But kind of this film is very it's very harrowing, this film, and very disturbing. But it's a great film, a great work of art, and just the performances, and the way in which this kind of script, it's kind of bringing out different kind of messages, and kind of exploring many different themes in this kind of institution. So very interesting film, and a film that is great in my opinion, but definitely one of the most disturbing films I've ever seen, actually. And yes, we'll flick through here. Next up, another kind of classic British film, that is of course Quadrophenia, and I have it here on Blu-ray, and this film here, it's just such a great film, perhaps for me, a masterpiece, actually, and just of course 1960s London, and just wow, what a film this is, of course. And Phil Daniels, for me, is underrated in this film, even though he is praised. I think he gives one of the best performances I've seen in a long time, and just truly kind of a charming film. This such a kind of nostalgic film. The music, just the kind of the kind of fashion, all this kind of stuff in this, and this experience is like no other, and really loving this film, and I'd highly recommend this. And yes, I've owned this Blu-ray for many years. I received this as a kind of as a present, actually, from a family member, and finally seeing this now. So yes, really blew me away, and definitely going on my favourite films list, that's for sure. And flicking through Europa, again, love kind of Lars von Trier film, that I didn't really take too much, actually, once again, but I did take a few things from it visually, and just the kind of the way in which different things played out. It was very, again, interesting to see, as a kind of Lars von Trier film, and I did see Epidemic. This is kind of the first trilogy, that Lars von Trier kind of made, and Epidemic, of course, being the middle one. I forgot to mention, but yes, this was my favourite of the three, and I really enjoyed seeing Lars himself in this film as well, and just I did enjoy that one, and kind of exploring the screenwriting process, and I love films like this, kind of exploring at least some of the aspects, film itself, and it was great to see this, and yes, definitely a film that I enjoyed personally. And yes, next up, a very special film that I rewatched, of course, and that is City of God. Yes, indeed, and a flat-out masterpiece it is, and just truly one of the best films I've seen once again in a long time. And I saw this at the beginning of 2017, and loved it, of course, and just seeing this again really reminded me of just how legendary this film is, and really special film this, and of course many people love this film, and just of course I'm one of them as well. Just seeing this film, going through the emotions, the kind of narrative, this kind of tragic film that's just so unique in the way it's made, and just truly a genius work of art, and a wonderful film, so powerful, and moving, and just truly is kind of this enlightening experience, and one that's unforgettable. So yes, next up is a very famous British film by, of course, a very well-known kind of classic British team of filmmakers, and yes, Powell and Pressburgers, The Life and Death of Colonel Blimp. So yes, a very famous film, as we know, and a film that I've been looking forward to seeing for a number of years. Had it on my kind of watch list, which is constantly kind of growing, a bit out of control now. But yes, I had this, and of course I did have the Blu-ray as well. I've had it for some time, and yes, just kind of watching this very recently, and really a very charming film, one that is very kind of nostalgic and really, it's very nice, you know, of an experience, and you're just seeing this kind of telling, you know, this kind of, you know, kind of individual's life, and of course the relationships he has, you know, throughout his life, and of course the wars that he kind of took part in, and it's just a very unique kind of film. Not one that I kind of loved overall personally. You know, I did definitely prefer A Matter of Life and Death, which I watched last year, and you know, just became one of my favourites instantly. But you know, seeing this film, it's definitely it's a very charming experience, and you know, I loved. I'd say thinking on it, you know, kind of from 1 hour kind of 50 or so, you know, to the rest of the ending of the film, you know, I absolutely loved most of this, and you know, there were a few things that I wasn't kind of invested in, even this portion, but you know, most of that, you know, kind of portion of the film really, it picked up and became so investing, and really just stunning kind of various sequences, you know, in this film towards the end, which is really just stunning to behold, and really moving, and just so kind of well acted, and you know, kind of shot as well. Really, I look forward to rewatching this sometime, and really kind of picking up on more, and you know, because seeing the way the film turns out as well, which I won't kind of get into, you know, it's definitely a one that I would probably appreciate more, going back to see the kind of previous parts, you know, of the film, and seeing where it kind of goes and all this kind of stuff. But yes, definitely a very commendable film, and one that I really enjoyed overall. And then we have, you know, this kind of silly symphony, of course, this Disney short, you know, that I watched on Disney Plus, and you know, I think I'd possibly seen this before, but you know, I couldn't really remember too much about this, and yeah, so kind of a very nice kind of short, you know, wonderful visuals, of course, really charming, and yeah, just very pleasant viewing, and you know, just loved the animation, of course, and yes, a few more left. Come Clean, and very enjoyable once again, and hilarious Lauren Hardy shorts, and yes, flicking through these, I confess, this is of course an Alfred Hitchcock film that I watched for the first time, and I have the Blu-ray here, and just, you know, a film that's definitely not one of my favourite kind of Hitchcock films, but you know, having said that, you know, very interesting film, and one that I do look forward to, you know, discussing, you know, in detail, you know, I guess in a review, hopefully very soon, and yeah, an enjoyable film, one that I did definitely, you know, like, and I think very commendable once again, but you know, not one of my favourites, you know, from Hitchcock. So yes, next up is Scream 2, of course, and you know, I did say that I'd be watching this, kind of returning to the trilogy, the franchise, you know, January or February, so I guess, you know, before the end of February, you know, I kind of had to watch Scream 2 again, and yes, just such an enjoyable film for me, and really an underappreciated sequel, I think, to the first. I have many positive things to say about this, and if you're wanting a kind of positive review on Scream 2, look out for that, you know. Hopefully I'll get that up in the next kind of month or so, I guess, you know, kind of thing, and you know, just give a discussion on that. So yes, the final film that I watched, you know, during this time, the 28th of February, of course, the final day in February, was once again another Lars von Trier film, and that is Breaking the Waves. Very famous film, and it's known as, you know, perhaps one of the best, if not, you know, the kind of most loved or respected Lars von Trier film, and this film, truly a stunning piece, you know, from this truly stunning filmmaker, and you know, Breaking the Waves, if you haven't seen this film, you know, it truly is, at least for me, such a moving film, you know, this kind of, you know, really unique approach to filmmaking, and just, you know, of course, the performances, Emily Watson, you know, is just so good in this film, and of course, Stellan Skarsgård, you know, is legendary here as well, and this narrative, you know, over the course of this epic, really, it's just so investing, and not for a moment was I kind of taken out of the experience, you know, just I was always kind of enraptured in this, and just wherever the kind of narrative went, you know, because it's quite a kind of, you know, I guess, quite an interesting film where it kind of goes in different places that are very unexpected. But you know, for me, you know, this film truly moved me, and just you know, it's a very hopeful film, while also being a very dark and you know, sad film, of course. And I won't kind of get into this this film, but you know, just I would recommend this, and very harrowing film, yes indeed. But you know, one that I'd recommend just to see, and you know, just to kind of see what you think of this film. And you know, for me, a truly great one, and you know, one of the best Lars von Trier films that I've seen personally. And yes, just truly great. Cinema. So yes, wrapping up now. You know, it'd be great to hear your thoughts, you know, on these films, and you know, that's my thoughts on most of the films that I've watched during this time, and just it'd be great to hear your thoughts. You know, feel free in the comments to leave your thoughts on as many films as you want that I've mentioned, and a variety of films here to discuss. So it should be fun, and be great to do. And yes, all things cinema as always. And you know, look forward to, as I say, some of these films that I will review, and have already reviewed as well, kind of fairly recently. But yes, as well, I have got as well. I will quickly say a kind of video already filmed as well. It's been filmed for a few weeks now actually, and just a case of editing that, and that is the kind of the first of this kind of book log, I guess, you know, of the James Bond novels, and of course starting with Casino Royale. And yes, I filmed that, and I look forward to discussing that as well with you viewers. And just take notes, it will be up hopefully very soon, and we can kind of yes, discuss that. Yes, I'm looking forward to continuing my kind of journey with that, and you know, all things Bond, and yes, all things cinema. So yes, that's it. We'll kind of wrap up there, and you know, what do you think of these films? It'd be great to hear, and just yes, I look forward to doing the next one as well in 2 months' time. So yes, as always, take care, and thanks for watching.